All right, so after spending a few days here in the field with the Chieftain, I've learned all of the crew positions I need to know before my final exam. Last stop is we're going to do a quick review of the
TC's position.
The TC's positions.
So we're going to swap halfway through these battles. You're going to do a couple in the gunner seat, you're going to do a couple in a TC seat. So you need to be able to get the gunner, i.e. me, onto target quickly and easily in order to get that first shot off. You also need to figure out where it is you're going to be on the terrain.
All right, so we're going to do a quick review of those commands, and then I'm ready for my final exam.
The fight.
The fight here at the Ontario Regiment Museum's World of Tanks Battle Arena.
Have you paid the opposition off yet?
Have I paid the position off yet?
The opposition, have you paid them off?
No, but I did recruit a really good driver. Do you have any last minute advice before we hop in the M60 here?
No, not really. Just remember your training, and as a TC, just remember where you are, where the enemy is, and you'll do well.
Alrighty, roll out. I'm in the gunner's position, and the Chieftain is in his rightful position, the commander's seat. And you're about to teach me the systems that I need to know, because there are...
Right, there's a lot in here.
There's a lot in here.
You're not going to need most of them, you're happy to say, because we're talking about point-blank range. All we're looking to do is get the crosshair onto target, you pull the trigger, and that way we will win our battle.
Yes.
So to see out, you will notice that you can't really see out. You are going to be reliant upon receiving instruction from the commander, and that's going to be another course of instruction. Your best sight for seeing out right now is this Unity sight up here, because it is not magnified. So that gives you the widest field of vision and gives you some perspective as to where you are compared to the rest of the world. Then your next sight is either going to be this one or this one. I suspect they're going to tell us to use the auxiliary sight because it is so simple, you can't really screw it up. So if you look into the auxiliary sight, you see it's an old school sight. It's got reticles and then a crosshair.
Yep. It says HEP-T-APDS 105 millimeters.
Right, that's the name of the reticle. So HEP is high explosive plastic, which is kind of a squash round. It's a HESH round. And then AP is your Sabot round. And for the range, again, that we're talking about here, just go with the top X for basically 0 meters or 600 meters, whatever it is. Yep. So that's what you got to put onto the target. When you have done that, then you pull the trigger. And so the way you are going to actually control the gun is to your front. You have the Cadillacs, officially the gunner's power control handles. And you will feel with your fingers, your lower fingers, there is a palm switch. Once you pull that in, that activates the traverse of the gun. And if the stabilizer is on, it activates the stabilization as well. You cannot traverse the gun under power control without holding in that palm switch. I have one as well on my commander's control. If I pull mine, it overrides yours. But I will be nice and let you play. When you have your target in the crosshairs, then you push the fire button.
Pew, pew,
yeah, there you
pew,
go.
pew.
Pew, pew, indeed. Don't worry about the laser rangefinder button, because we are not going to be using the ballistic computer. And in fact, that's what all this stuff on the right here is. It's your ballistic computer, which we're so close, and we're just shooting propane. It's not going to be a major issue. To turn on the power drive, you got the panel just forward of that. There you go. So that is going to be a power and stabilization. So the driver has the master power. He's got to turn that on first. That sends power to all the circuits. And then you turn on the power of the turret, and that turns on your hydraulic pumps, because this is all done hydraulically. And then you turn on the stabilizer if you want the stabilizer to work, which you probably do, assuming it works. The other sight, so as I say, you've got your Unity sight for observation. Your auxiliary sight is going to probably be your primary one for engagement. Your data gunner's primary sight may be an alternate, and we're not going to muck around with the infrared the thermal imager, because A is not night, B it's kind of pointless, and C it may not work anyway. So that's about it. The only other thing to worry about is on occasion when you are traversing this hydraulic tank, if the engine is not running correctly, you're going to go traverse a little bit, then it'll stop, and then it'll go again, and it'll stop. That's just the hydraulic pressure not being kept up with by the auxiliary pump. It happens. Don't worry about it.
Don't be alarmed.
Don't be alarmed.
All right.
If in the unlikely event that you do get a complete hydraulic failure, there are manual controls. That's one of them. There you go. That would be elevation, And if I were to undo the turret lock, the traverse lock would be that one as well. That would be your traverse handle. Hopefully your driver will be helping you out then, because cranking this thing will be terrible. So you have to tell the driver to spin left or right as well in order to help you out. But should the tank break, don't complain my tank is broken.
Okay.
Fight the tank.
Fight the tank. Got it.
Fight what you got. So that is basically it for the mechanics of it. So in reality, what do you aim at? You just place the crosshair center mass of the target. You don't aim for weak spots. You don't aim for tracks unless you're talking about desperation. Just center mass on target.
Okay.
The commander will give you traverse left, right, steady, on. Once you see the target, even if it's not on your crosshair, once you have the target in your window, yell identified. And identified means that, yes, you see the target and you can now lay on it. Then, when the commander says fire, you say on the way. And then you pull the trigger on the Y in on the way.
Got it. That's good to know.
So, and what that does is it lets everybody know the gun is about to fire and not to be surprised and keep body parts out of the way of the recoil. Because otherwise you will lose them.
So what would it feel like or look like in this tank when we do fire it? Like, are we going to be jolting around? Because we don't have a lot of headroom.
The tank would be jolted around, but it's actually quieter inside the tank than outside because the explosion is in here. But you're talking about several inches of steel between you and the explosion.
Oh.
Whereas if you're outside the tank, 10 feet in front of it, you could be killed by the concussion.
Okay.
So it's quite a shock, but it's not all that bad.
Well, thank goodness for those several inches of steel right next to my head.
All right, so again, I put you onto a target. You see the target in your sight. It's not on the crosshair. What do you say?
Not on the way. What do I say?
No, not on the way.
What do I say?
Identified.
Identified.
All right, fire.
On the way,
And then you pull with the correct
on the way.
On the way. Then the next thing you have to do is figure out whether or not you hit the target.
Oh.
So you will, it's like say playing golf, it's follow through. You pull the trigger, you keep the trigger held, you follow through, and then you see where the shot went. It's called a sensing. And either the commander will give it or you can give it and basically say, yeah, that was on when I pulled the trigger, or, it dodged at the last second and that was a miss. So you'll say target if you hit it. You'll say long, short, left, right, and then we adjust accordingly on the next round.
So it's long, short, left, right if I miss, and then by how much? So that's effectively saying you missed by saying it was long.
Correct.
Got it.
So how long was you aiming too high?
Okay.
And then you'll be given a correction, drop one form, whatever, re-engage, on the fire on the way.
And so as I'm controlling this, for all you gamers out there, this is very much like a common gaming controller. I feel like.
Oh, you should see what happens when you get into the Chieftain. You get a thumb switch.
Oh my gosh.
Like an Xbox. And in fact, the Challenger 2 has a proper two-handled, solid fixed thumb controller.
It has toggles?
It does.
Wow. Okay, well then any gamer would be quite comfortable on this M60 right now, because I feel like I could target this bad boy quite easily. Comes quite naturally if all the systems were turned on.
Okay, so check on learning. These are called?
The gunner power control, the Cadillacs.
There you go.
With a D.
Your primary observation system is?
The Unity reticle?
Unity sight, correct.
Unity sight.
One up there. It gives you the biggest field of
Yep.
vision. And who is in command of controlling the gun?
This seems like such a trick question.
Who is in command of controlling
The commander, the chieftain, this guy.
All right, so basically he will walk you onto the target and you take it from there.
Okay.
So as I say, you are completely reliant on the man. But there is nothing to battle sight gunnery. So what we're doing here is almost steam gunnery, we call it. So we're not using a ballistic computer. We're not using anything except all you have to do is put that crosshair onto the target.
Okay.
Set a mass. And when you yell identified.
Identified.
Fire.
On the way.
Think about in your head is the theme song from Jaws. And that's what it's going to be, because I think your turret might be pointed more behind you than in front of you.
Okay, driver, let's go. Or as they say, roll out. Traverse right. Try to scan, pick up a scan. The idea is you want to try to get the other tank into your sights. Keep them in your sights if you can.
Okay, I'm a little ahead. I'm gonna slow down.
Okay, Leopard coming to your right. Traverse right. 300. There you go.
Identified.
Fire.
On the way.
I think you missed him. Re-engage.
He's moving fast.
Well, track him.
Okay.
Track him.
Identified.
Fire.
On the way.
Miss. I don't know why it was in your sight picture, but that wasn't a tank.
Oh.
All right, come left. Come left. Left, left. You on the left.
Oh.
There you go.
All right, I think I got him now, Chieftain. Oh my gosh, moving really fast though.
Well, keep tracking him.
I thought tanks were slow. Okay, identified.
Fire.
On the way.
All right, finally. Target. Cease fire. You got him. All right, good job.
Ooh, risky business putting CmdrAF in the TC. All right, Chieftain. Looks like I'm ready to do this. I'm in the TCC right now. All right. Traverse right. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Identify tank.
Fire.
On the way.
Ooh, good hit, Chieftain. Good hit.
Did you expect anything other?
No, certainly not. I got my ace gunner in the seat. All right. Driver, advance. Get behind the hill. All right, traverse right. No, traverse left. Left.
Pick one.
No, go right. Go right. Go
Right.
right. 300.
I don't see it. Cannot identify.
Ugh. All right, traverse 300.
You can't traverse a distance.
Go traverse right, not 3 o'clock.
Put me on with the override. Big handle to your right. Put me on. Okay, I see it. Identified.
Fire.
On the way.
Boom, baby.
You having fun?
I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to do this again. Chieftain, it looks like the tower has some good news for us. Get your butt up here.
All right. Make a hole.
Okay, wow. That was indeed the craziest final exam I've ever taken.
It's kind of fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm still vibrating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an experience between all the noise and the vibration and the chaos. And you think it was just a simple thing because it's a relatively open field?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. There were so many moving parts. It was very chaotic, but I loved every second of it. I can't wait to do it again.
Oh, it's awesome fun, but it does give you an impression of just how difficult tanking is when you're not up in the third-person view.
Oh, absolutely. This is not a video game out here, kids. Well, okay, I have to ask, how did I do? Letter grade. Letter grade. Oh.
What is it with you and your letter grades? Well, your commands were clear and concise, normally. Your obedience to commands, so as long, barring that one other left issue, not bad. I will give you an A-.
Oh my gosh, you're so generous. Chieftain, thank you. Now I can keep that close to 4.0 average. I'll take it. You gave me a B+ earlier.
I did, for your driving.
But we did some extra credit, so I'm okay. Yeah. Well, I hope that you had as much fun instructing me as I had.
It's always fun to be on a tank. Are you kidding?
Okay. Well, yeah, the tanks, yeah. But, what about me? Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. Go on. You want to say something?
No.
We did say this was the martini shot. This is our last shot. So, I hope that you enjoyed watching this series, and I hope that there are more lessons to come. I mean, maybe...
I'm sure we'll find some excuse to get back on steel and find some more, maybe more tactical lessons, or I may be able to find some live rounds.
Ooh, now we're talking. So be sure that you're subscribed to the World of Tanks North America channel and tune in for more. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you liked it. Let us know in the comments below what you thought, and let us know what you think we should shoot next. Subscribe and follow and do all the things below.